Good afternoon, students. In the previous class, we have seen what about the how molecular orbitals are going to be formed. Okay, there are two types of molecular orbitals. Those are bonding molecular orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Bonding molecular orbitals are formed by the constructive interference of atomic orbitals. Next, anti-bonding molecular orbitals are formed by the destructive interference of atomic orbitals. Yesterday, we have seen what about 1s and 1s. If they combine to form bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals, which type of orbitals will be formed? See, 1s and 1s, they are atomic orbitals. How many atomic orbitals are there? Two atomic orbitals. Two atomic orbitals, they are going to combine to form two molecular orbitals. Out of two molecular orbitals, one is bonding molecular orbital and another one is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, now how? This 1s and 1s will be combined by destructive interference to form anti-bonding molecular orbital, which is represented by psi a minus psi b, and this 1s and 1s will undergo constructive interference to form bonding molecular orbital, which is represented by psi a plus psi b. Okay, bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma, gamma, pi letters. Anti-bonding molecular orbitals are represented by sigma star, gamma, pi star letters. This is about introduction regarding 1s and 1s. Today we will see what about 2s and 2p orbitals also. Okay, after knowing the 2s and 2p orbitals, what are the molecular orbitals they are going to form? Okay, we are going to see by taking different examples. Is it okay, ma? Now I am going to see what about 2s and 2s. If 2s and 2s are combined, okay, they will also form two molecular orbitals. Okay, let us see that one. If 2s and 2s atomic orbitals, they will be combined by the technique called LCAO, linear combination of atomic orbitals. These two are atomic orbitals, they will follow the method LCAO. Okay, see, 2s and 2s are combined by destructive interference to form sigma star 2s. Which is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Every anti-bonding molecular orbital is represented by psi a minus psi b only. Okay, but the difference is this is formed from 2s and 2s, na? That's why this is sigma star 2s. Same way, if they undergo constructive interference, then they will form sigma 2s. They will form sigma 2s, which is said to be bonding molecular orbital, represented by psi a plus psi b. Why did we write here sigma 2s? Because it is obtained from 2s and 2s. So when 2s and 2s, two atomic orbitals, okay, if they undergo constructive interference, they are going to form sigma 2s, which is bonding molecular orbital. Next, if they undergo destructive interference, then they will form sigma star 2s, which is called anti-bonding molecular orbital. How many atomic orbitals are there? Two atomic orbitals. Two atomic orbitals are combined to form two molecular orbitals. One is bonding molecular orbital, another one is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Both are commonly called as two molecular orbitals. Okay, ma'am? If you are clear about this 2s and 2s, next we will go through 2p and 2p. Okay, see, 2s one orbital, even 2s another 2s also one orbital only. But the problem with 2p is 2p contains three orbitals. That's why we have to see a little bit more. Okay, now if you are very much clear about this 2s and 2s, remember that 1s and 1s, same way 2s and 2s. Next I am going to say that what about 2p and 2p. Okay, ma? Let us see. Coming to 2p, it contains 3 orbitals. 2px, 2py, 2pz. Another one. Another set of 2p. Here also 2px, 2py, 2pz. This is from one atom and this is from another atom. These are atomic orbitals of one atom. These are atomic orbitals of another atom. Is it okay, ma'am? These are atomic orbitals of one atom. These are atomic orbitals of one atom. These are atomic orbitals of another atom. Totally, we have 6 atomic orbitals. Totally, we have 6 atomic orbitals. 6 atomic orbitals should form 6 molecular orbitals. 6 atomic orbitals should form 6 molecular orbitals. Out of 6 molecular orbitals, 3 are bonding molecular orbitals, 3 are anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Every time that bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals number will be same. Number of bonding molecular orbitals will be equal to number of anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, if you have 6 atomic orbitals, 6 atomic orbitals should be formed as 6 molecular orbitals, out of which 3 are bonding molecular orbitals, 3 are anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, let us see. First, if these will undergo destructive interference, we will get 3 anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Destructive interference means immediately we have to get idea anti-bonding. Okay, those are sigma star 2pz, pi star 2px, pi star 2py. What are the 3 anti-bonding molecular orbitals? No? Anti-bonding molecular orbitals must be represented with star. Okay, sigma star 2pz, pi star 2px, pi star 2py. Next, if they undergo constructive interference, then again they will form, actually those are anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Same way, bonding molecular orbitals will be formed. Those are sigma 2pz, pi 2px, pi 2py. 3 bonding molecular orbitals, 3 anti-bonding molecular orbitals, 3 bonding molecular orbitals, totally 6 molecular orbitals. Totally 6 molecular orbitals. Once again, 2p and 2p. We have 2p 3 orbitals, here 2p 3 orbitals, 2px, 2py, 2pz, 2px, 2py, 2pz. Like that 3 and 3, totally 6 we have, 6 atomic orbitals. These 6 atomic orbitals will combine by the method that is LCAO method. Linear combination of atomic orbitals. Okay, they will combine to form 6 molecular orbitals, out of which 3 are bonding molecular orbitals and 3 are anti-bonding molecular orbitals. 3 are bonding molecular orbitals and 3 are anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Here one small logic is, for remembering purpose I am telling, sigma pi pi. If you have triple bond, one is sigma, remaining 2 are pi. If you have triple bond in N2 molecule, if you have triple bond, In that one is sigma bond, remaining two are pi bonds. Correct? If you have only one bond, that is nothing but sigma bond. Previously we have gone sigma only, but here we have three orbitals now. So for remembering purpose I am telling, one must be sigma, remaining two are pi. Sigma 2bz, pi 2bx, pi 2by. Sigma star 2bz, pi star 2bx, pi star 2by. Okay, totally 6 molecular orbitals. Those are sigma 2bz, pi 2bx, pi 2by, sigma star 2bz, pi star 2bx, pi star 2by. What about these energies? We will discuss later. First, before that, if you have idea what are the molecular orbitals formed by 2p combination, then it will be somewhat easy for you. Okay, so we have seen when 1s and 1s combined, what are the molecular orbitals we got? 2s and 2s are combined, what are the molecular orbitals we got? We have seen. Even 2p and 2p are combined, we got totally 6 molecular orbitals, out of which 3 are bonding molecular orbitals and 3 are anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, those 3 bonding molecular orbitals, sigma 2bz, pi 2bx and pi 2by, and 3 anti-bonding molecular orbitals, sigma star 2bz, pi star 2bx, pi star 2py. Okay, note down all these things. 1s and 1s combination, 2s and 2s combination, 2p and 2p combination, also like this in this way, neatly in your classwork, note down all of you. After completion of this, we will go to some more points in molecular orbital theory. After that, we will see examples. Okay, ma? Let us see. First point. Arrangement of electrons into molecular orbitals. Arrangement of electrons into molecular orbitals will also follow Aufbau's rule and Hund's rule. One of the important points, arrangement of electrons into molecular orbitals. Arrangement of electrons into molecular orbitals will also follow Aufbau's rule and Hund's rule. Okay, in electronic configuration of atoms, in atomic structure of matter we have seen. Okay, what is meant by that Aufbau's rule and Hund's rule? If you have different energy orbitals, lower energy orbitals must be filled first, then only electrons will be entering into higher energy orbitals. That is called Aufbau's rule. If you have same energy orbitals, electrons will be entering into the orbitals singly first, then only pairing will be taken place. At least after getting every orbital at least one electron, then only pairing will be taken place. That is called Hund's rule. Okay, so definitely to fill the electrons into molecular orbitals also, we have to follow Aufbau's rule and Hund's rule. To fill the electrons into molecular orbitals also, we have to follow Aufbau's rule and Hund's rule. This is the first point. Okay, next. Second point. Stability of molecule can be explained. Stability of molecule can be explained depending on bond order values. Second point. First point, arrangement of electrons into molecular orbitals will also follow Aufbau's rule and Hund's rule. Second point, stability of molecule can be explained depending on bond order values. Okay, this implies bond order is equal to Nb minus Na by 2. Bond order is equal to Nb minus Na by 2, where Nb is equal to number of electrons present in total number of electrons present in bonding molecular orbitals. Na is equal to total number of electrons present in anti-bonding molecular orbitals. This A representing this A, B, this one is represented. Okay? See all of you? We have a formula for bond order. Bond order is equal to Nb minus Na by 2. Once again, bond order is equal to Nb minus Na by 2. What is meant by Nb? Total number of electrons present in bonding molecular orbitals. What is meant by Na? Total number of electrons present in anti-bonding molecular orbitals. We have to see the total number of anti-bonding molecular orbitals present in the total molecule, and we have to add the electrons present in that one. By seeing the examples, it will be more clear for you. But before that, these are the points useful for your next examples. That's why first write the points, all of you, neatly. Okay. Stability of molecule can be explained depending on bond order values. Now we will see in what way stability can be explained. Okay. Note down clearly and keep it in box, all of you. Nb is equal to total number of electrons present in bonding molecular orbitals. Na is equal to total number of electrons present in anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, now the entire thing is coming on the second point only now. If bond order is equal to bond order is greater than 0, then the molecule is stable or existed. If bond order is less than or equal to 0, then the molecule is unstable or does not exist. If bond order is greater than 0, then the molecule is stable or existed. That means if you have written the molecular orbital electronic configuration and if you have checked that bond order value, that molecule bond order is greater than 0, that means 1, 2, 3 like that, or 1.5, 2.5, whatever it might be, then the molecule will be existed. It is stable molecule. If bond order is less than or equal to 0, if you get bond order is equal to 0 or less than 0, then the molecule is unstable or it doesn't exist. Okay, by seeing the examples, it will be more clear. This is second point completed. We will see third point now. Everyone, did you understand now? Then we will see what about the third point. Okay. Coming to the third point, electronic configuration of molecular orbitals, electronic configuration of molecular orbitals for the system which has less than or equal to 14 electrons. System is nothing but the molecule. Instead of system, let us write molecule. Na? Keep the side heading like this. Electronic configuration of molecular orbitals for the molecule which has less than or equal to 14 electrons. Okay, suppose example N2. Nitrogen, two nitrogens are there. One nitrogen has 7 electrons. Second nitrogen also has 7 electrons. Total number of electrons in that N2 molecule, 14 electrons. So it is equal to 14 electrons. So to write the electronic configuration, molecular orbitals electronic configuration for N2 molecule, now what I am going to write the configuration, that one we have to follow. Okay, once if this electronic configuration is completed, immediately we will go to examples. Then you will be more clear. But the thing is, before going to electronic configuration, all of you must once read this entire 3 points. This is the one more point is the 4 points. Total 4 points are very important. Bond order value, they will follow Hund's rule and Abbou's rule. Okay. Bond order, if it is greater than or equal to, if it is greater than 0, then only it will be stable. The molecule will be stable. If bond order is less than or equal to 0, then the molecule will not be stable. It doesn't exist. Okay. Coming to this third one, electronic configuration of molecular orbitals for the molecule which has less than or equal to 14 electrons. Okay. Now, sigma 1s is less than sigma 2s. Energy order on this one. Sigma 1s is less than sigma, sigma star 1s is less than sigma 2s is less than sigma star 2s. Okay, is less than pi 2px is equal to pi 2py. Both have same energy. Pi 2px and pi 2py. See, these are 1s orbital set. These are 2s orbital set. Here we will get 2p orbital set. In that, pi 2px, pi 2py have same energy, less than sigma 2pz less than sigma 2pz, less than continuation of this one. Okay, sigma 2pz is less than pi star 2px is equal to pi star 2py is less than sigma star 2pz. Okay, this is the order of energy of molecular orbitals. If you want to fill the electrons, first sigma 1s must be completely filled. After completion of sigma 1s, then only electrons will be entering into sigma star 1s. That is Abbou's rule. Okay. After completion of sigma star 1s, next sigma 2s, next sigma star 2s. Every orbital can accommodate maximum 2 electrons only. Every orbital, these are all orbitals, like 2px, 2py orbital. In 2px also we have accommodated with 2 electrons only maximum. Here also pi 2px can accommodate 2 electrons maximum. Pi 2py also will accommodate maximum 2 electrons. After that sigma 2pz. If you have equal number of equal energy orbitals, then Hund's rule will be getting into the rule. That one, while I am writing the different examples, N2 molecule, C2 molecule, like that, I will write the examples. At that time you will be more clear. But before that, this configuration everyone must remember. Is it okay? Next, fourth point. Electronic configuration. Same thing, right, ma? Electronic configuration of molecular orbitals for the molecule which has greater than 14 electrons. Less than or equal to 14 electrons completed. Now we are going to see greater than 14 electrons. Okay. Same, only one small variation only, remaining everything is same only. Sigma 1s is less than sigma star 1s is less than sigma 2s is less than sigma star 2s is less than sigma 2pz. This one we will write here and this one we will write here. That is only change. Remaining everything order will be same only. Okay. Sigma 2pz less than pi 2px equal to pi 2py less than pi star 2px is equal to pi star 2py less than sigma star 2pz. This is the electronic configuration for the molecule which has greater than 14 electrons. This is the electronic configuration of molecular orbitals for the molecule which has less than or equal to 14 electrons. This is for the molecule which has greater than 14 electrons. Okay, everyone, total 4 points I told. First point, molecular orbitals electronic configuration. Configuration of electrons into molecular orbitals will follow Abbas rule and Hund's rule. Okay, second point, stability of the molecules will be explained depending on bond order values. Then bond order is equal to Nb minus Na by 2. What is that Nb? Total number of electrons present in bonding molecular orbitals. Na, total number of electrons present in anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay. Then if bond order is greater than 0, then only the molecule will be stable or it is existed. If bond order is less than or equal to 0, the molecule will not be stable, it doesn't exist. Next, third point, electronic configuration of molecular orbitals for the molecule which has less than or equal to 14 electrons. This is the thing. Sigma 1s is less than sigma star 1s is less than sigma 2s is less than sigma star 2s. Pi 2px equal to pi 2py less than sigma 2pz less than this one. Okay. Pi star 2px equal to pi star 2py. When I wrote equal, they have same energy. This is the energy order. According to this energy order only we have to fill the electrons. Like 1s, 2s, 2p, like that here also. But the difference is their atomic orbitals, here molecular orbitals. Okay, next fourth point. For the molecule which has greater than 14 electrons, then the electronic configuration will be followed as sigma 1s is less than sigma star 1s is less than sigma 2s is less than sigma star 2s less than sigma 2pz less than pi 2px equal to pi 2py less than pi star 2px equal to pi star 2py less than sigma star 2pz. Only difference is this one will be written here and this one will be here. Okay. If you are very much clear about these 4 points, now we will see by taking different examples. Okay. Let us start with that example. Keep the side heading. Molecular orbital diagrammatic representation. And electronic configuration. Molecular orbital diagrammatic representation and electronic configuration. Okay, first molecule, H2 molecule. First we are going to take the example H2 molecule. Okay, for H2 molecule we are going to draw the molecular orbital diagrammatic representation. Easy one only. Okay, first thing, H2 molecule contains 2 H atoms. Each H has 1 electron. Each H has 1 electron. Totally how many electrons are present in the molecule? 2 electrons. 2 electrons molecule this is, which is following less than or equal to 14 electron system is there, that electronic configuration we have to follow. Okay, but that many orbitals also no need. Simply we will write, see here, all of you. This is 1s of first H atom. This is 1s of second H atom. These two will undergo constructive interference and destructive interference. Every time no need to write constructive and destructive. You have to remember that below one is bonding molecular orbital, sigma 1s. Above one is anti-bonding molecular orbital, which is sigma star 1s. Like this, energy increases. From this is lower energy, next middle, next above. This has higher energy. These are middle, and this is lower. Okay. Now 1s has 1 electron. Even this 1s also has 1 electron. Total how many electrons we have? 2 electrons. The 2 electrons must be entered into these two orbitals by following Amboss rule. Wherever it is required, Hund's rule also. Okay, here first this orbital must be completely filled. Sigma 1s must be completely filled. Then only electrons will be entering into sigma star 1s. Correct? Totally we have 2 electrons only. Then those 2 electrons, 1, 2. No electron will be present in sigma star 1s. No electron will be present in sigma star 1s. 2 electrons are present in sigma 1s only by following Amboss rule. These are completed, leave that one. Now this one only we have to see. Sigma star 1s and sigma 1s, in which one has lower energy? Sigma 1s. Then electrons must be entering into that sigma 1s. After completion of that sigma 1s with 2 electrons, if you have third electron, then only that third electron will be entering into sigma star 1s. But here we have only 2 electrons. So we have to fill it with only sigma 1s. So now diagrammatic representation is completed. Understood, ma? H2 molecule, molecular orbital diagrammatic representation is this one. Now electronic configuration is sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s0. So no need to write. This is only electronic configuration of molecular orbital diagrams for H2 molecule. Sigma 1s2. If you are very much clear, I will find bond order. This representation also we have to show. From below to above, energy increases. Okay, note down all of you clearly. This is molecular orbital diagrammatic representation for H2 molecule. Now I am going to write bond order. Okay. Bond order is equal to Nb minus Na by 2. Number of electrons present in bonding molecular orbital minus number of electrons present in anti-bonding molecular orbital divided by 2. In H2 molecule, we have sigma 1s2. 2 electrons are present in bonding molecular orbital only. No electron is present in anti-bonding molecular orbital. Correct? Then 2 minus 0 by 2. 2 by 2 is equal to 1. Bond order is equal to 1. Bond order is equal to 1. Then molecule is existed. We know H2 molecule is existed because bond order is greater than 0 na? So molecule is existed. After writing the electronic configuration, did we see any unpaired electron? Did we see any unpaired electron? No. Completely electrons are paired. Then H2 molecule is diamagnetic. Even magnetic nature also we have to explain. We have seen bond order. Bond order we got 1. Then molecule is existed. That is okay. It is stable. If the molecule is stable, then we have to see magnetic nature. What about the magnetic nature? It is diamagnetic. Why it is diamagnetic? After writing the molecular orbital electronic configuration, H2 molecule, does it contain any unpaired electron? No. Already I told magnetic properties, diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic. Diamagnetic substance must not contain any unpaired electron. Paramagnetic substance must contain at least 1 or 2 unpaired electrons. Ferromagnetic substance will be contained by greater than 2 unpaired electrons. Okay, this H2 molecule, after writing the molecular diagrammatic representation, it does not contain any unpaired electron. Then it is diamagnetic in nature. That's why H2 molecule is diamagnetic, bond order is equal to 1, the molecule is adjusted. This is the explanation given by molecular orbital theory for H2 molecule. This explanation, everything is okay. But magnetic nature of H2 molecule, clearly it was not explained by hybridization. That is the thing. Okay, ma? This is molecular orbital diagrammatic representation in electronic configuration. First example, H2 molecule. Okay, today's class, this is enough. Next, for next class, we will start with further models. So many examples we will see. For next class, we will understand little bit more clarity, because examples, so many examples we are going to see, how we are going to write the molecular orbital diagrammatic representation, bond order, whether the molecule is existed or not, and coming to this magnetic property, everything will be explained for each molecule by writing like this. Okay, ma'am. So in next class we will go through some more examples, and we are going to complete that molecular orbital theory within 2 classes. After that we have one more small topic, that is called hydrogen bond. So hardly for 4 classes, 5 classes like that, we will complete the chemical bond. Okay, ma'am? And once chemical bond is completed, immediately we will shift to organic chemistry. Very important, which is useful for your 12th classes. Okay, let us see organic chemistry after completion of this chemical bond, because without chemical bond, organic chemistry cannot be explained. You cannot understand also. So everything it is clear under this chemical bond. After that we will go through organic chemistry. Okay, ma'am? This is about today's class. In today's class we have seen what about the important points present in molecular orbital theory, and one example also we have seen, H2 molecule. Okay, in next class we will go through some more examples. Okay, that is about today's class, ma'am. Thank you all. Have a nice day, all of you.